Okay, chapter 7 basically talks about simple harmonic motion. We have been talking about simple harmonic motion, and we did an entire derivation for a mass attached to a spring last week. Can we all look back at our notes? MK. Today we will talk about pendulums. I would like everybody to take out their notes from the Lagrangian and the Hamiltonian steps. And we will derive simple pendulum expression with as many different ways as we possibly can define them with. Okay, what does a simple pendulum look like? Good. A hanging mass connected that goes back and forth, correct? As it swings. It goes up and it goes down and it swings. So the formula that we are looking for a simple pendulum is this one, which should be a big hint. This is the equation of motion. For a simple pendulum. With solution, it's a simple harmonic motion. Solution should be of the form. What does a simple harmonic motion look like? Yeah, it should have sines and cosines. This is the only way we can describe this motion. So what should this solution have? Sines and cosines. How do I make sure that I capture the entire motion? I add sines and cosines together. And in order to make sure that this motion repeats itself, I should give it a frequency or a period. So how do I show that? We talked about it last time. How did we develop that? Look at last, how did we do that? What did we call it? We started with an amplitude A. We put in A.1. Everybody look at the first note. Then what did we do? What was 1? Cosine of 2 pi or 0. And then we multiplied and divided it with the T. And then we converted the T to a frequency and we converted that into an omega. Do you remember that? Yeah. So what should this form be of this wave? It should have some amplitude, right? Because you have to take into account the height of the wave, right? And then you have to take into account that it has a sine function. But can you guarantee that it is a sine function? Can you guarantee it is a cosine function? So basically maybe a superposition of both answers would be a good idea. And then we also have to say, because the simple harmonic motion is a motion that repeats itself in equal intervals of time, so somewhere the time needs to be there. So some form of T should be there. So now, knowing all of this, do you think a good, reasonable solution will look something like this? A cosine of omega t plus B sine of omega t, where omega is 2 pi f. And can I also write this as 2 pi over t? Because frequency is 1 over t. And the period is given by 2 pi square root L over G. And I believe we derived it in the lab at one point using dimension analysis. Come up with a name for this equation. No, I can't draw a dog.
Must use the flower equation.
Must end up with a flower equation. Yeah, flower power.